Class after class, I witnessed all my fellow students working like slaves, hunched over their computers. Crammed into a library, the sound of a million clicks of keyboards harmonizing like singing crickets. The university is a factory pumping out professionals, yet is a degree all we need to succeed in this world? We buy books, supplies, a dorm, and food, and we're assigned 48 hours of homework to do. With tuition, fees, credits, and emergencies, it all adds up to living the university dream. Student loan debt has hit $1 trillion, while every semester, new graduate unemployment's at 1.6 million. Shadowing the debt of American credit cards, students are buying degrees like our parents buy cars. When I grow up, I want to be a professional college student, attaining multiple degrees, and eventually, I'll become so intelligent that I'll discover a way to pay off all my debt. Let's face it, we spend money recklessly to develop professionally. We spend hours cramming information into our minds endlessly. We stress, sweat, stay up all night, producing what I call education energy. You see, in every major study, we're assigned big projects, and in one single semester is where our learning reflects. Marketing plans, sociology papers, research galore. There's collaborative group projects, and our teacher is our mentor. With all the work that students exert, we could be changing history. Yet, where all the education energy ends up seems to be a mystery. We aimlessly focus our projects on what the teacher assigns, with the goal to finish the project, get a grade, and resign. Ultimately, our projects are thrown into the trash to be recycled into a degree when we graduate, alas. Semesters breeze by, year after year. The only thought in the student's mind is that the end is near. This energy is a resource that we can no longer waste. What if the students were the solution to the challenges we face? I stand before you today with a new paradigm, and I'm here to declare that it's about time. I guess you could say that I was an average college student, hooked on the unconscious American dream. I thought my degree promised me success and security. Long nights of crammed exams powered by Red Bulls led me to parties to escape from the madness and find balance from all the stress. And then one day, I woke up. I was on my moped riding to school when I was literally blindsided by a truck. With a concussion and 3 bulging discs in my spine, I felt blessed to be alive. During my time of recovery, I was forced to reevaluate my life and the world. I came to a deeper understanding of the challenges we face. The unequal separation between rich and poor, the reckless destruction of the environment for capital gain, and the lack of clean water for every human being. It took a near-death experience for me to realize that there's more to life than financial security or status. And at that critical point in time, I experienced an awakening of a new paradigm, and I began my mission to have a positive impact on humanity. So at the time, budget cuts had struck the schools, and furlough Fridays were slipping through our hands like sand, with the arts being the first to get cut. According to an article in Newsweek magazine, America is experiencing a creativity crisis. For the first time in history, research shows that creativity scores, or the creativity quotient, is declining in American students. The creative jobs that drive innovation are now the highest value-added jobs in the world, the real creators of wealth. If states are going to stay competitive, they have to develop a workforce capable of doing creative work. From rocket scientists to entrepreneurs, creativity is what separates the ordinary from the Einsteins. In fact, it was Einstein who wrote, "It is the supreme art of the teacher to awaken the joy in creative expression and knowledge." Well, as a professional college student, I moved to Hawaii to be able to go to school and surf. And at the time, I was studying business at the University of Hawaii, and my teachers assigned me a marketing plan and a feasibility study. And I decided that instead of focusing my projects on a marketing plan on Starbucks that would ultimately end up in the trash, I would utilize them to create a program that supported creativity in students around the world. The first step to my marketing plan was to identify my target market. I began to see an emerging group of people who love to come together and experience the arts. I called it the collaborative arts market. At places like First Friday, Art After Dark, or even Burning Man, a mainstream trend was budding before my eyes, and my friends loved it. A group not bound by age, but rather I saw a vibrancy, of youthfulness, and creativity. And I thought that if I could get these creative minds together for a cause, that we could transform this world. I was so excited to make this happen that I immediately jumped into this project. I started researching the university to see what kind of resources were available to students. Come to find out that by starting a student organization on campus, we gain instant access to all kinds of really amazing, valuable resources. For instance, we get equipment for events. We get the venues, the sound equipment, the lighting. Then there's funding opportunities. And then, of course, the students that want to collaborate, share their arts, and be heard. And finally, with this bulletproof production model, there's countless community organizations that would want to team up with us and support our mission. However, there was one person that truly inspired my vision to go beyond the university. My friend Catalina Senti, a PhD in educational leadership, asked me, if you could change one thing about the world, what would it be? Visions began flooding my mind, and in 2009, I began asking my friends the same question. We soon agreed that we would collectively focus our projects towards the creativity crisis. With our homework projects combined, we created the ultimate nonprofit student organization called AMP, the Aloha Movement Project. Our mission, to inspire creativity, ignite passion, and discover purpose. Here's how it works. I have developed a new model to harness education energy as a renewable resource. Starting at the very top with professors who teach the students, they give us projects, and then of course we have tests, and we get our degree, and eventually we become really, really boring professors. Now, when we add the education energy model to the whole thing, we see that it actually creates an infinity out of the education model. So basically the way it works is we identify an issue in the community that we want to see change or impact. Then students individually focus their school projects towards that cause. This creates a new type of synergy where students act as a professional of their passion or their major. And their homework assignments become something they can actually put on their resume. Then collectively, students combine their school projects to create a strategic plan that they can use to take out to the community, get sponsorship, and they can use the resources on campus to host events, to raise funding and awareness, to implement their ideas. And that's how you harness education energy. Our first events were produced in direct response to the creativity crisis. My dreams had awakened. A series of collaborative arts events empowered countless students to share their passions with an engaged audience, so their voices were heard, their music enjoyed, their designs appreciated, and their research finally had a purpose. But one might ask, to what extent is education energy a viable renewable resource? Well, over the past 3 years, I have been focusing my projects towards developing AMP as a platform that can be implemented in any university environment. Students have created partnerships with their teachers to accommodate their homework assignments to our collective mission. Our projects have been used to create and facilitate programs in the community. One of my projects was used to write a grant that got us funding to build a $1 million recording studio in Waikiki. And in fact, I was the first undergraduate student at the University of Hawaii to create an accredited course so that my friends could get credits for being involved with our mission. So, as a professional college student, I eventually graduated. And since I graduated, all of my effort and passion has gone into writing a book called Plant and Amp. It's a student activist handbook. With a focus on social entrepreneurship and peace leadership, my ultimate goal is to help students cultivate their dreams into reality by harnessing their education energy for the benefit of the community. Some students will even see their dream jobs running by the time they graduate. Now it is my mission to spread this valuable resource with students across the world. Because on every college campus, there are talented students and passionate activists who have great ideas and want to build a better world. In fact, we've already branched out to the University of Alaska and Ithaca College in upstate New York. In addition, we've also created a high school mentorship program at Mid-Pacific Institute right here on Oahu. AMP's vision is to create a global network of student activists who harness their education energy as a renewable resource, to write grants and create strategic plans that will make the world a better place. Imagine if one student from every community joined us in this movement. This is just the beginning of our global initiatives. So to you, the activists, the change makers, and the revolutionaries, please join us as we spread the Aloha spirit to every human being, as we recycle our education energy and recreate our world right now.